What's up, everybody? Today I've got a real quick video for you guys. We are going to be unboxing and taking a look at all of the leather cases Apple announced this year for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Alright, so as soon as I broke the seal, it kind of like unfolded, almost like freaking origami or something. But boom, remove the little paper part, and we have all of the leather cases that Apple released this year. So we're gonna go by these one by one, unbox all of them, and then I'll probably do a separate video for each one, taking a little bit closer of a look. As of the day filming this video, it is currently September 12th, 2022, and the phone, I don't get to pick it up until the 16th, but I wanted to get this video up so that you guys could take a look at it, maybe so you'd be able to, decide what color you want to choose as you're in line picking it up. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, starting off with number one, this guy right here is in the forest green colorway, which is interesting. It doesn't really look that green, at least from the photo, but as you crack into it, you definitely are getting that vibe. So, as you can see, it's like a really sage, kind of like dark, almost bluish green. Exactly the same layout as years past, but just adapted with the bigger camera bump, the color matched camera bump, and these kind of metallic buttons. This guy right here is one of their cases from years past, and as you can see, same button layout, same cutout, everything looks pretty much identical, just bigger camera cutout and adapted with the new colors. Now, as for the feel of it, it definitely feels different. This was my iPhone 12 leather case from Apple. It has a really interesting texture to it, but I think I'll save that for the individual looks. This guy's going to be the forest green. Next up, we've got, what are they calling this? They're calling this one orange. So this looks very similar to the technically brown color that they released last year. This is definitely more distinctly orange, whereas that one was kind of like a brownish orange, but this one, very vibrant orange color, exact same layout. Now, next up, this one is my favorite for sure by a landslide. They're calling this one Umber, but it's definitely a richer, dark-ish brown, which I am super happy that they did that this year because, in my opinion, the orangish browns of years past were not exactly my favorite. As you can see, I mean, I guess it's different. This is more of like, almost like a reddish brown, but I really do like it. And I have to say, I think it looks much better than any of the ones that they've released in the last couple years. After Umber, we got this guy that they're calling Ink. Now, this one is a very like bluish purple, I want to say. Oops. It's like a bluish purple. I think it will look really nice with the purple iPhone, which is the one that I personally got. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. You can almost see like some grain character, which is interesting. Like you see these lines, it almost looks like that's the grain from the leather, which would be very surprising because as you can see, all of Apple's leather cases are super even. Whereas when you are looking at leather, just like as you can see this mat that I have right here, this is Horween English Tan Dublin leather. It's got, really nice pull up. You can see all the waxes in it, all the marks, how it's fading, where my wrist sits on my desk mat. It's like beautiful leather. And you can see all the figuring and grain character, and especially when you look up close, it looks really good. Apple's leather cases are super uniform, but this one almost has some like characteristic to it, which is actually pretty cool. And then last but not least, we have their case that they're calling Midnight. This one's like a very, very, very dark blue black. I would say if this case over here, or the last one we looked at, skews towards the purplish side, this one definitely skews towards the black side, maybe with like a tiny little splash of blue, but I would say this passes as a black case, and it looks really, really nice. Very nice and uniform. Same old deal as far as the cutouts. There you guys have it, all 5 of the leather cases that Apple has released in 2022 for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. A couple little quick disclaimers. If you see the MagSafe in it, MagSafe accessories will fit with this case without any interaction with the camera bump. MagSafe batteries will fit on the Pro Max cases, no problem. MagSafe wallets will fit, absolutely no problem. And the one that people get most concerned about is the MagSafe Duo, I believe is what it's called. And if we take a look, there is no gap created by the bigger camera bump for the Pro Max. I did see someone do a video with the new cases for the regular Pro, being that it has a bigger camera bump, and that one did produce a gap. It was kind of like sitting up like that. It would still charge the device. It's not going to be as secure as having, the Pro Max version. And apparently, I'm honestly not sure if there's no problem with the traditional iPhone 14 lineup. So for example, the iPhone 14 Plus doesn't have as big of a camera bump. Maybe the Pros, there's no issue connecting it. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll check that out in a future video. But rest assured that the Pro Maxes will work with all of Apple's MagSafe accessories and work with all of them with the regular Pros. Except for this guy. It'll still work, but it won't be, perfectly synced, if that makes sense. As for another leather case, this is the Nomad case for the iPhone 14. I did a video on this guy, so if you're interested in that or seeing a comparison between all of the best leather cases that are going to be released for the iPhone 14 lineup, I plan to actually get one of every single of the main best leather cases that you can get and do kind of a comparison showdown video. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for that. Got a bunch of great videos coming: iPhone 14 coverage, AirPods Pro 2 coverage, Apple Watch Ultra coverage. I'm going to be covering best leather watch bands, all sorts of stuff like that, so stay tuned. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace.